Welcome to another edition of MTG Playback. My name is Mark. I'm an actual pastor who actually is a big nerd and plays Magic the Gathering. And this is a series where I play a game of Magic the Gathering on Arena and then I talk about it. The whole goal is for me to get better at Magic the Gathering, especially the paper version. I love Standard, I love Draft. I'm getting into Commander now. And so I just want to make sure that I'm doing the right play at the right time. And series is all about doing that. So this is an interesting game today. It's where two decks that are based angel theme, my blue-white angel theme, and there, you'll see my opponent has an angel theme as well, go at it against each other. So we're going to see who wins when it's angel versus angel. So let's watch. All right, this is fine. It's not great. It's only 2 lands, but I've got a couple true drops, so I can deal with it. Oh, sorry. Excuse me. Sorry for the noise in the background. I just hit my desk with my hand. Alright, so we're waiting for my opponent. I think they're mulliganing, so they're trying to make their choices. Here we go. Alright, play the island. Got a Fairy Mastermind in my pod. So here we go. I could have used a land in that case, but alright, I got something. Decided to go with the Dinosaur Thupter, which is just a really bizarre creature type, but I'll take it. They've got 2 planes. I've got my Goldforged Thopterix with a 1/3 with lifelink, but the powerful of it is that it gives legendaries ward 2. That's why I like having that, and then Gayata out, especially early in the game. So my guess is my opponent here is trying to figure out what the heck I am doing, because I have a Goldforged Thorapex right there. Then they decide to kill it right away with the Banish and Slash. So I thought that was surprising. That's a card I don't see too often, so this is a person I know who's playing a lot of removal in their deck. So I'm going to have to be careful what I do. They bring out a Steel Seraph. I know what that looks like. Seen it a million times. I have several in my deck. So here we go. And if you hear a noise in the background, that's my children. They're watching a movie. My 11-year-old was told that the movie Titanic is a great movie, so he's actually watching it. And then my 8-year-old was a little nervous about it. All right, so they play down the Steel Seraph. I did not have a land. As you notice, I'm down to 2 lands. They've got 3, but I put my 3/1 there and flashed it in. I'm trying to decide what to do with it. First thing I said is, you know what, I'm just going to return that their hand. I need that land. I need to know that I had a land on top. I'm going to go in with my Commando just to do some damage get some points of damage in before I kill their Steel Seraph. Assuming that they do this. Alright, they've got their 4th land. I only have 2. This isn't great. I complained in earlier videos about getting, what's it called? Many times complaining about mana flooded, and now it's the exact opposite. So they're going to play Ossification. I find that interesting. They're trying to get my Commando off the board. So Ossification works by enchanting a land, and then it activates, and then it's supposed to move something off the board. However, even though Catholic Commando is tapped, I can still use it. So I'm debating what to use in this case. This might... I don't know why I chose that. No, I know why. Because I know I have another one in the deck. I'm playing an all-white deck. I know I'm going to be targeted. I want to keep my Catholic Commando alive just for a little bit longer so I can kill one of their enchantments or their Steel Seraph. And if I can just block their Ossification, it can't do much. Finally, there's my other land. Let's get some damage in first. They don't have a creature on the board. And I can flash in the Fairy Mastermind then at the end of the next turn. So I'll just keep it like this. So they're not missing their land drops. They're getting their land drops. I'm a little behind. Also, I have very little here that can manipulate my deck. Fairy Mastermind is helpful if they manipulate their deck, but I'm not seeing much of that right now. Great. They bring back Elspeth Resplendent, which is a Planeswalker I don't see very often. Right now, I don't think it does very much for me, against me. it does allow them to put something onto the battlefield right away, and so I decided to throw out my Fairy Mastermind just right away, just in case they draw something. Actually, considering, since this is not considered, that was actually a mistake on my part. I didn't need to flash it right away, because they're not going to draw the card. It's not going to be the second card that they're drawing that turn. So I kind of misread what Elspeth Red Pendant does, because it automatically brings things to the board. And it's interesting, they decided to put down a Metropolitan Reformer. That is a good blocker for what I have, and it makes them hexproof. Alright, I get my next land. They have a creature on the board. I've got 3 land. Don't have any 1-drops, don't have any instants or spells, nothing really protect me. So I decided, you know what, I'm going to try to get that Elspeth off the board. Send attacker to the Planeswalker, kill that. They're tapped out, get some more damage in. There we go. I can still kill an enchantment or artifact if they decide to bring something and put it on the board. So that gives me something. Alright, Burning Slash. I can't do much about it. It's annoying. But they're going to get rid of my Fairy Mastermind. It's interesting that they didn't have that trigger where if you have an enchantment and an artifact. Because that would do something, but it didn't. Alright, they try to do another ossification. So this time I think, I have nothing to protect me from being targeted, so I am going to make a sacrifice and kill their enchantment right away. The idea really is just I'm putting them in a stalemate. I know they've got a Steel Seraph in their hand. That can be a problem. The Metropolitan Reformer, if it does damage, if it's dealt damage, does lifelink for it. I don't want to do that right now. I'm a little bit ahead of the game, so decide, okay, I'm going to get something big that could kill it if needed. I probably could have attacked there. Chose not to. They seem to be mana flooded, they're just drawing lands. I probably could have attacked there for the 2, though. Probably because they only have 1 creature, and there's not much they could have done about that. But I was also mindful that they might have another Burning Slash or something, and I need stuff. So they hard cast Steel Seraph, which is a 5/4. It's a bit of a problem to me. This I thought was an interesting move by their opponent. Oh, but it has the shield counter because of the Elspeth. So it was just trying to gain points. This was a nice draw. Getting the Catholic Commando at this point means I can do exactly this. I'm sorry, that wasn't a draw. That was because of Sierra Paragon. I could reuse the Catholic Commando out of my graveyard. That is why I have the Sierra Paragon. So good. I decided, let's see here. Let's play a little bit of chicken. Are you going to take the 3 damage, or are you going to block me? They only have 1 card in their hand, and so that was also part of my calculation. They only have 1 card. Take 3. Again, could be a problem if they have another banish thing or something like that, but I'm just counting on it. Here they go. Again, I'll just take the damage. I have 20 life right now. I can survive. They're at 10. And I'm going to see what they're going to cast next. Another land. They're getting mana flooded. That's awful. Finally, I get my 5th land. That is helpful. Gives me just a little bit more flexibility. The question is, what do I do? Wandering Emperor won't help in this case because it's not a tap creature. I could get something first strike, but and give myself hexproof, which is what I decided to do. It also allows me still to do the Thorops and the Fairy Mastermind as well. So again, you want to let's just keep kind of ticking away at them. That was something I didn't expect. Good play on their place. Another land that they had, but at least it's something they could do. They could do 4 damage and tap me out, and that's annoying. Now I wonder. Oh, and so then I realized right away that I could have, before it died, I think I could have cast something out of the graveyard, a Fairy Mastermind or something, and I didn't. So that was a mistake on my part. They draw Giada. All of a sudden, we've got a 2/3, 2/3, or it's a 2/3 and a 2/3. Um, I then get a Destroy Evil. Not that helpful at this point. So I'm like, you know what? Let's flash something in. Got another land coming. Not great. Decided not to attack because all they can do is block with the Metropolitan, and then I'll just keep giving them life gains. So I decided not to do that. So we're kind of a bit of a stalemate now. At least I have something that can get something off the top of my graveyard, but it's my library, but it's not great. Needs to speed up a little bit. Something needs to happen. That was interesting. Invasion and Dominaria comes in. Gives them life, lets them draw a card, so I see why they have it in their deck. It's not probably the strongest invasion to have. Especially when you flip it over, all you do is get an angel, a 4/4 angel. But it makes it 18/14. And gives them a card draw. And they've got they've got 8 lands, so they've got a lot of mana. There's a lot to work with. So my guess is how their deck works. Oh, here we go. Faithful Absence, they're going to destroy a target creature. They decide to get that. That's the smart one to do. Gives me a clue token. Luckily I have 2 mana available that I can do something with. I can draw some cards, so it gets something out of the way. But we are on a bit of a stalemate. And they have got no cards, so... So you know what? Let's just give me a card right now. So I got that island. Let's see what I can get. Another Destroy Evil. That's not helpful in this case, especially when they don't have their big creatures out. So I guess I'm just gonna wait. We are at a stalemate. And this is the thing. I realize. So you might have been wondering why I haven't cast the Wandering Emperor yet. I have not. I need 1 more planes. I've got several, like, I've got an Attic Waste, I've got some other cards that can do both kind of damage. I just don't have it. So another Faithful Absence to destroy a target creature or planeswalker. And that's a problem. I decided to use it right away. Let's get a Fading Hope, let's get something. Just use it right away. I got another one of those creatures. Not the best, but it is something. Now this was a mistake on their part. Because I'm going to kill one of their angels. I think that was a big miss on their part. And it paint me up. Alright, so they could have attacked with just their Metropolitan Reformer. I probably would have let it go. Alright, I can draw a card. Let's draw a card. Another land, but hey, this is a land I can use. Right now I have my Wandering Emperors, I can have stuff. Then they decide to give up. So I kind of had... I think they were getting a little tired of the game. But I think I played it well. Again, it just shows how slow my deck can be. But I think I handled those ossifications. I handled their removal very well. And it just kind of shows the limitation. I just feel like the deck's a little too slow. I noticed that when I play a version of this in paper, I played it in Standard on Sunday, it is just a little too slow. So that's my thinking about it. How do I speed this up? How do I make it faster while staying within the constraints of a white-blue angel deck? It's very possible I can't do that. I can't speed it up the way I want to. I can't get either card draw, or I just can't get the movement going I want to. But I'm going to keep working on it and see what happens. So thank you for watching another episode of MTG Playback. Please like and subscribe. Let me know what I did right, what I did wrong, what could I notice, and maybe any ideas you have to improve my deck. See you next time.